Hi everyone, good morning. Nice to see everybody. Okay, here we are. It's Friday already, I can't believe it. Wow. Okay, so we're starting off today with a sweet potato and potato salad. So I have already cooked these up, and I'm gonna do another dish too. So I'm just gonna finish cutting my onions and see what happens with that. So we'll go ahead and start with that. And okay, so can't believe it's Friday. Wow. And we're having such a beautiful September. It's super awesome. And I'm really excited to see the next couple weeks because it looks like it's going to be beautiful weather, and there is still lots of time for the garden, which is super awesome because I think the whole gardening thing was very late this year. So, hey Darlene, good morning. Hi everybody. Hi. And so yeah, so we're getting our little onions going here, and I did pre-cook the sweet potatoes and they're actually yams. They're not really sweet potatoes. Well, they're sweet potatoes. What's the difference between yams and sweet potatoes? I think sweet potatoes are not as sweet. I'm not really sure. We need to look that up. Anyways, yeah, so these are cooked, and then I added some yellow potatoes as well. And then we're going to make a little cauliflower thing too. So, yes, it's a nice, beautiful Friday morning. So I'm going to dump these guys in. This is super easy, super quick, super easy to, just peel these up and then, like put them onto a boil while you're doing something else. So it really saves a lot of time if you can do two things at once without burning them. That's the trick. So I'm not very good at that, but I do it anyway. I do the cooking while I'm cooking something else, and then if you've been watching before, we tend to change the recipes around and do different things with the different recipes. So we are going to do two different things. Actually, that I need to turn on a little bit more. So I just have water in the wok here, just water and onions. So I just chopped up those onions. So we're going to get those going, and then we're going to do something with the cauliflower. But in the meantime, we have the beautiful potatoes. Hey Esther, good morning. Hey Jane, good morning everybody. So we're just sharing a couple of super simple recipes for this beautiful heat that we're having, which is super awesome. I'm so happy. I just came in from the garden again and replanted the peas and the beans. Well, I started sprouts. So because there's the whole, I kind of posted it on my Facebook, there's the August plants that you can plant for hopefully right into November, but for the cooler weather. So I did beans. My beans are about this tall, and then a whole another set of peas, and I just transplanted those in. And then you can do your Asian vegetables like your bok choy and chard, for sure, chard, broccoli, the brassicas, all those guys, and you can buy them almost anywhere right now at the grocery stores. They still have the little seedlings out, for the winter crop, so that you can have some fresh greens in the winter. And especially what I love really the most, that are also the most nutritious, is the kale. Of course, kale's like the most nutrient dense green that's on the planet, like for a vegetable, for a leafy vegetable. So because the kale is just packed with, it's got the vitamin A, vitamin K. It's just so full of nutrition. Obviously everybody talks about kale in their smoothies and massage kale and kale and everything. So definitely get some kale going. It's super, super easy to grow. And if you can do collards too, it's kind of similar. It's kind of like a cross between kale, Swiss chard, and cabbage, the leaf of the collard. And I really like it. It's really nice. And it's also full of all kinds of nutrition. It also has your vitamin K. I should have actually brought some in to add to my recipe. I'll probably do that after. But it's got vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K. Most of your green leafy vegetables will have a lot of vitamin K. And so definitely get those things in the ground planted. And it's really super easy. And it'll be a while before we replant the garlic. Anyway, back to the recipe. Okay, so with your sweet potatoes and the regular potatoes, sweet potatoes, I'm going to add some olive oil here. I'm just going to make this like a cold salad, like a sweet potato salad, only with, like a potato salad, only with sweet potatoes. That's what I'm trying to say. So just a little bit of olive oil, maybe a little bit more. You could, if you wanted to, you could put a veganese in it or something like that, or a mayonnaise. I'm not a fan of mayonnaise at all, so I use the veganese. I really, really like it. And there's a couple other, egg-free vegan mayonnaises on the market. There's one, I can't remember who it's put out by, but it's pretty, you can find it anywhere. So, so a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to add a little bit of the granulated garlic. So this is just the organic garlic granules, because I do like a lot of garlic. And I am going to add just a tiny bit of cayenne to this, because the cayenne is super good for your circulation. It opens up the blood vessels and the capillaries. Actually, I am in the process of working with a couple people for helping with headaches and migraines, and so the cayenne really opens up the capillaries. That it's the constriction of the blood vessels really to the brain that creates the headaches and the migraines and that kind of thing. And it can be from a million other things too, right? So if you are having headaches and migraines on a steady basis, you should definitely get a hold of your doctor and rule out anything that might be serious. But if that's ruled out, the cayenne is really, really good for, you can add it to hot water and a tea, and it helps to open up the circulation of the blood vessels. Obviously, it's really good for cold hands and feet, because it gets all the blood moving to the extremities, and it's an up circulatory herb. So if you have swelling in your feet or sore ankles or anything like that, it really helps, because it pulls everything up and gets everything moving. So it's awesome stuff. Of course, I've just added a little bit here. It's not enough to really be medicinal at this point. But when you take cayenne in medicinal doses, you want to be really careful that you're not interfering with any other medication that you might be on. Like, so if you're on any kind of, heart medication or blood pressure, anything like that, if you take cayenne in higher doses, which would be like a capsule form or something, then you want to be careful that it's not increasing the effectiveness of the medication that you're on. So anyway, a little bit of cayenne. Okay, back to the sweet potatoes. I get distracted so easily. We're going to add a little bit of our homemade apple cider vinegar, and we have we did this on the Facebook Live, and not this particular bottle, it's a little older. The Facebook Live is, the apple cider vinegar that we did, I have pretty much 8 gallons perking away. So, it's so super easy. You just take your apples, chop them up, stick them in whatever you have, which in my case I used my sunglasses keep shining. My sunglasses. My glasses. Anyways, okay, so like the apples, stick them in a jar of whatever type. Mine are in 1 gallon, and you just add water, and you can add a little bit, like a 1/4 cup of pure organic sugar to get it started. If you want to, you can add a mother from another vinegar to help get it started too, and you just let it perk for 30 days anyways, until it starts turning into vinegar. And you want to make sure that you keep the lid off, like not the lid of the jar off, but you have to have it open, because it's going to ferment and it's going to need to release the gases. So, okay, that was black pepper. So we're putting black pepper on here, and then when I use black pepper, I'm always thinking, can I add turmeric to this dish? Because if you're going to make something, you might as well make it as healthy as you possibly can. So whenever I can add turmeric, I do, and the turmeric is just so super healthy. It's got the curcumin in it. It has the it's anti-inflammatory, you know, good for the immune system. Pretty much everybody knows what turmeric is nowadays, and so we're adding some turmeric. I'm not going to add a whole lot. That was like about, I don't know, a quarter or a third of a teaspoon, because the turmeric can have a little bit of a bitter taste depending on what you're making. They put it in golden milk, and when they do that, they add like some sort of almond creamer or something with a little bit of sweetener in it. Like traditionally, the golden milk would be made with maybe even a honey or sugar or something like that. So because the turmeric has a little bit of a bitter taste, but oh my gosh, whenever you can add it to a recipe, you should. It's just so amazing. Hi, Amy. Good morning. Nice to see you guys here. And yeah, so so I've added the turmeric, and then you want to always have the black pepper to activate the turmeric. So that's really helpful to activate for those anti-inflammatory properties. Hi, Tina. Nice to see you. Good morning. It's such a happy, sunny Friday. So anyways, okay, so back to the turmeric, adding the turmeric for the anti-inflammatory properties with the curcumin, and adding the pepper to activate the turmeric. So we have two peppers. We have the cayenne for circulation, opening up the blood vessels, facilitating the body and healing. Like the cayenne is just healing no matter what. So adding that with turmeric and the black pepper, and then we have the garlic. What else did we do? We did the pepper. Okay, so we need the Celtic sea salt, which has a lot of minerals in it. You know, you want to just make sure that the salt really comes from the earth, and isn't really a man-made salt. Like if wherever you're getting it, if it's a sea salt or it's a Himalayan salt or something like that, it pulls in the minerals from wherever it's from, and so you're getting actual salt from either the water or the earth or that kind of thing, and so you're getting extra trace minerals. Which reminds me, and I didn't bring it over here, but when you're talking about minerals, you can always add a little bit of seaweed to it, which also has your trace minerals that we don't often get. So with the seaweeds, you know, you're going to get all kinds of trace minerals that you don't get in anything else, because basically we've got our, you know, our carrots and greens and you know, whatever the vegetables are, carrots, potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, all those kinds of things. You know, we kind of keep getting the same vitamins and minerals all the time from the same foods, because we eat like, I don't know, 12 or 15 different vegetables over and over again. And so when you eat something like seaweed, or you use the different natural salts, then you're getting the trace minerals that are carried from the earth or the ocean in the case of seaweed. And those have so many trace minerals that we don't often get. So yeah, so it's really important to mix that up and put that in. And speaking of that, I'm just looking at the variety of things that I have to add to this. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of paprika to it. This is just a medium paprika. It's not it's not smoked. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that as well. So the paprika are made from the peppers. So again, you're getting the nutrients from the peppers. And all the peppers have got, oh my gosh, well, they've also got vitamin A, vitamin C. They do also have potassium. So I know a lot of people will talk about the nightshades and the lectins in the pepper skins and the pepper seeds, but if you aren't having a problem with nightshades, then they are, you know, they obviously have really good vitamins and minerals and stuff in them, especially when they're organic. And so now's the time, guys, to take advantage of your organic peppers, because it's really hard to get organic peppers in the winter. They're usually shipped in from I don't know where. So I use them more sparingly in the winter. And what I did was I actually dried a bunch. I dehydrated a whole bunch of them so that I can add them to dishes in the winter, and then there's still the nice organic ones. So, what am I going to use in here? Okay, we're making 2 different dishes at once, so that's why I have a variety of options on the table. And so we just have some onions just simmering in a little bit of water just to break them down a little bit for the next dish. But in this, what I want to do, okay, I'm just looking what we made a couple weeks ago. This is a fermented mango salsa. And so it's just absolutely amazing. We did a fermented regular salsa, and that was incredible. And this one's really as beautiful. This, when it's fermenting, it has to release the gases and the lactic acid. So this is like the little lid that has, I bought these a few weeks ago. I really like them. They allow the gases to escape, but no bugs or dust to get in. So they're like super awesome. And so, so I'm going to add a little bit of this to the, I have a couple different choices here. I can either add I'm mixing the 2 dishes, so I keep going back and forth. I'm so easily distracted. Oh my God. Anyways, mango salsa, or we have fermented carrots, which are done with, I'm just looking in the jar. We've done so many ferments. This one has onions and garlic and peppers in it. And then I want to add to my cauliflower dish. So I'm just thinking, oh, I have a different plan. Okay, here we go. I got it. Oh my gosh, I get distracted so easily. There's so many things you can do, right? And when you, hey Kate, hi, good morning. When you cook, and when I share with people how I do these things, that when you're making something, always put a part of it aside for another meal, and it just really brings things into being more creative. You know, you're taking something that you made, you know, maybe yesterday or the day before, and you're adding a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know, because a lot of times, you know, you just make the same thing all the time because it's easiest. You can't think, you know, at the end of the day, you're trying to make dinner and you're tired and you've run out of your creativity. So it's really nice to have something in the fridge that you can just pull out and go, hey, I'm going to throw this in with that, and that'll mix it up. So anyway, here we are with the tablespoon of the mango salsa. We're going to add this to our sweet potato salad, and because this is raw and it's fresh, it adds super amazing, I can't even tell you, because it's fermented. The fermentation provides the probiotics for the immune system, because your gut biome is the most important thing when you're looking at staying healthy and increasing your health and being resistant to disease and colds and flus. It's so important to have those probiotics in your system that are really, you know, your intestinal health is really everything when it comes to your immune system. So putting the, even though the sweet potatoes are cooked and the potatoes are cooked, so we're adding more nutrition to it, right? Bringing that up into being a healthier meal by adding the turmeric, the black pepper, adding the cayenne pepper. So we're really adding medicine to it, and then increasing it even more by adding fermented foods. And so so that's what we're putting in here. Hey Sydney, hi, how you doing? Glad to see everybody here. So we're going to enhance this sweet potato salad even more, adding some of the fermented carrots, and I think that's going to be about it. We'll have to try and give it a little taste. But anyway, okay, so these are the fermented carrots that we did, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so we just really put raw carrots in the jar and added the salt brine, and I added garlic and onions and some, what kind of peppers? Those little green peppers. I don't know. I don't really think they're jalapeno, but they might have been jalapeno. And then we have I can't remember if that is grape leaves or horseradish leaves that we added. So the grape leaves and the horseradish leaves are going to, they have tannins in them. So that helps to keep your carrots firmer, because they will start to soften in the ferment. So you can use grape leaves or horseradish leaves with your pickles too, to help them to stay firmer. Okay, so I'm leaving these peppers alone for a minute because I've just changed my mind like I always do. And we always start out making a recipe and then completely, not always, but usually completely changing it. So with these carrots here, looking for a clean spoon. Okay, we're going to pull a couple of these. And again, these are fermented, so you are increasing your gut biome. Your immune system has to do so much to do with your intestinal bacteria. It's just like you wouldn't believe. There's been so many studies on your immune system's relationship with your gut biome, which is your intestinal bacteria, having to do so much to do with the brain. So they've been using fermented foods, and they've seen differences with depression. They've been using the fermented foods for studies with depression, Alzheimer's, autism, all those kinds of things, because the brain is directly related to your intestine. I know it sounds funny, but really that's what they're seeing such huge health benefits if you just feed your healthy bacteria. And so for sure you can use probiotics, and if you've been on antibiotics, you might want to use a heavy-duty probiotic to replace that bacteria that the antibiotic took out, because the antibiotic is antibiotic, so it kills all the bacteria, good and bad, and so you definitely need to replace that. So you may want to use a health supplement to do that. But if you're continually eating fermented foods like this, then that really helps to maintain, your own bacterial growth and health. So we have a lot of orange in here. Okay, we need a little bit of green. Okay, let's see, green. I'm going to set that there. I'm not sure what you guys can actually see me doing here in my little tiny workspace corner. I do have a zucchini, and it doesn't have a lot of green, but it has a little green. And I was out in the garden this morning, and I was so excited to transplant my peas and my beans into the garden that I didn't really think this through thoroughly, which happens pretty much every day. It's just like, okay, we'll just throw a bunch of stuff on the table and figure it out when the show starts, which is what I usually do. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun things to do in life. Like especially this time of year, we've been gleaning, and we've been, getting apples and pears and preserving and drying and canning and dehydrating, and oh my gosh. So, so I tend to, as soon as I move my eyes, I tend to get distracted by the next thing that is so much fun to do. Okay, so we've added a little bit of raw zucchini here from the garden, and that's going to add my little bit of green so it looks pretty for you guys. Okay, so we're just going to give this a little toss here without throwing it on the floor. We usually throw things on the floor here because it's not as easy to sit and cook as it is to stand and cook, and so I tend to make a bigger mess than normal. Oh God. Okay, so that's looking really good. So we do have just for the new people that came on, we do have just a little bit of olive oil in here. We have apple cider vinegar, homemade apple cider vinegar, and stuff. Oh, sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes really good because they also have the vitamin A and the vitamin C, and they've got potassium and manganese. Manganese really good for the brain. Obviously, yes, for the people that just came on, you probably saw the mango salsa and the fermented carrots. So, yeah. So if I haven't added anything sweet, and if you're not used to the pure apple cider vinegar, you could add a tiny bit of maple syrup to this just to tone it down a bit. If you find it a little too vinegary, then that would tone it down. So I'm going to taste it, and I'm always cautious about tasting because sometimes it sets me off coughing because I can't eat and talk at the same time, apparently. It's really good, but it would be better for certain people if it had a little bit of sweetness. That's true. Okay, so some people like things a little sweeter around here, and so I am going to add a little bit of maple syrup to that. Like that was probably, I don't know, a heaping teaspoon or whatever. You know, you really want to use your intuition and just cook to taste. And so, yeah, so anyway, that's that. So that's going to make everybody that lives here happy, not just me. I'm used to eating some pretty interesting combinations, so I have to be a little gentle with how far I go. Okay, so that's that. Okay, on to the next dish. Oh my god, we're running out of time. Here we go. Okay, chop up the peppers. So we have the onions in here, and we're going to use these organic peppers that I got at the beautiful farm. And I hope you guys are going to the, oh sorry, I shouldn't clang. I hope you're going to the farmer's market and taking advantage of all of the beautiful fresh garden produce and everything that everybody's producing right now. You know, now that I've had this year to actually garden and learn how to garden, and I've had the time to spend, try and do that quieter, you know, you get a huge appreciation for the amount of time, energy, and everything that goes into the garden, and you start going, wow, you know, it's a labor of love for sure. It's not really as profitable as some would think, depending on your garden and how big it is. So what I want to add here, I just have to trim my little cauliflower. I don't know what the, you know, cauliflower, obviously we're supposed to be washing stuff, so I've been washing all the produce in soap, and it makes the little ends on the cauliflower have the little brown bits even faster. So just shave those off. And I have noticed also with the broccoli, the broccoli really doesn't like the soap. It really does not. So while you're scrubbing your broccoli with your toothbrush and your soapy water to make sure it's not contaminated, I'm only kidding, really. But I do use soap on it, yeah. Soapy water with vinegar. I don't scrub it with a toothbrush, but it really doesn't like it. So you need to, when you're washing your broccoli with soap especially, and sometimes even vinegar, make sure you rinse it really well because it doesn't like that. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. I don't really want to cook the cauliflower. I just decided that I wanted those peppers in there a little bit softer. Although they could be raw too, you know, I mean, the peppers are really good. They've got vitamin A, vitamin C, and so, you know, I mean, honestly, to have them raw is even better. Okay, these little broccolis are looking, cauliflowers are looking pretty good. So I'm just going to cut these up and throw those in. So, spoon. Okay, give this a stir. Oh, it's sticking. Okay, so we need a little bit more water with that. And that's just water. I have not added any oil at all to it. Just a little bit of water and onions, and I'm just going to get these peppers to where they're getting a little bit softer. And then I'm going to just have this cauliflower basically raw go into that. So that's going to enhance the nutrition value of the cauliflower. You know, so and the cauliflower too. It's a natural source of vitamin C. And so a lot of this stuff we've made has vitamin C. And as you know, right now, and especially as we go into winter, you need to be bumping up your vitamin C. And I do believe that what they're saying is, vegetables are not quite enough. You really do need to supplement your vitamin C as we get into the winter. But in the meantime, you can do it with food. So, the more vitamin C you can get into yourself naturally, the better. Okay, so this is going to be interesting here too. What we're going to do with this is I store my leftovers in canning jars. We have yesterday's, was it yesterday? Did we do this yesterday? I think we did it yesterday. We did Port Alberni yesterday, didn't we? Monday through Friday flows so fast. Okay, I'm just looking to see if anybody's responding. I'm pretty sure we did this yesterday. So this was our stir fry that we did with portobello's, zucchini, onions, garlic, and carrots. It looks like, I've got such a short memory. Go look at yesterday's Facebook. Okay, thank you, Darlene. Go look at yesterday's Facebook and see what we made. And this is what we made, and it's awesome, and I saved some. Okay, so we're going to add this now that the peppers are kind of softening up and cooking a little bit. I don't want the cauliflower cooked because I really want to get that vitamin C, and of course, the vitamin C doesn't work as well when it's cooked. Much better for you raw. So I'm turning this off. Cauliflower also has the vitamin K, and so we're going to add some of yesterday's dinner to today's cauliflower / stir fry salad, just for flavor, because this was really, really yummy. I don't remember what's in it. You have to look at my Facebook. But it was like seriously amazing. And then we had that with rice last night. Now that I know what day it is. Okay, so that's that. So you've used something, and we often do this with the Facebook here with me. We often use things that we made before to add to new meals to just spice them up and add it. And so, I didn't have to really do a lot with that because I'm using my creativity from the day before. And turn that off. And so that is going to just taste fabulous because I've already got instant, spicy, yummy deliciousness. Okay, so that's that. Cool, huh? Super easy, like way too easy. Okay, the only other thing I want to talk to you about real quick here, we usually try and do a herb of the day kind of thing. And so I have a little bit of, just a couple little pieces of sage in my hot water. So the sage, oh, hey, wait a minute, I forgot something. I have it right here. I totally forgot. I wanted to show you this too. I get distracted so easy. Okay, we have carrot tops. There's my green. Carrot tops have all kinds of vitamins in them as well, almost as much as the carrot. Not really, but almost. It has different vitamins and minerals, and so you can use your carrot tops. They're super healthy, like a green. Chop them really fine like this, and use them like instead of your parsley. So there you go. So we have added nutrition. Okay, I'm glad I remember that. So back to the sage. Okay, so sage is really good. You can add it to your hot water. You can make a sage tea. It has antiviral, antifungal. Oh my gosh, it has so many things. Really good for the lungs. And of course, dried. Most people know it's really good dried as an antiviral. You can put it in a pot and you can simmer it on the stove with some water to disinfect your space and your air. You can also obviously burn it like a sage smudge and burn it, and it will disinfect the air as well. So as we come towards winter, whatever is going to go on this winter, who knows? But it's a good idea to have as much sage as you possibly can at your disposal, so that you can use it, you can drink it, you can put it through your air, and you can burn it for disinfecting properties, and it's just beautiful stuff. Oh, and if you smell it, It's very, very calming and grounding as well. So if you have high anxiety, any certain time, just smell it. Or you can burn it and then it'll really lower your anxiety. Okay, and that's the truth. Okay, awesome. So you guys, it's Friday. I will see you Monday. Be sure to put your oh, hey, Rita. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so you be sure to put your comments in, whatever you want me to share or explore or have fun with or experiment with. We're open to experimenting with healthy foods and nutrition and learning new things. And so we'll see you Monday. Thank you for hanging out. Check out my Instagram and share this, and check out my YouTube channel too and subscribe. Okay, we'll see you Monday. Thank you for hanging out. It was really fun.